We ain't got Lep on here, so I guess I'll give it my best. And we're live.
There we go. What's
He
up,
does it so much
everybody?
better.
He had a whole much more practice.
He's got a way better voice than me.
Yeah, I just soon be on the panel on these lives. That way I ain't got to type hey to everybody. Hey there, hey, 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 hey.
Just do this.
Hang on, let me rest my fingers.
Just do this.
Yeah,
Hey,
That's
everybody.
I always type the at symbol and then the first two letters and it pops up automatic. Click it and I hit add again. I put everybody in one big old comment. Hey everybody, how y'all are?
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I just like, hey, everybody, and anybody I miss.
Yeah, there you go. That
So
works.
Mike, how you doing? Miss Christy V, how you doing, Shad? Daddy Dutch, Eastwing Farms, Chris, Bat.
Wap.
and
Wap's
that's
in the
it.
house.
Oh,
We only
wet ass sport.
We only got 9 people in here, so you can get it over with real quick. Man, dude, I just went in there right now, and before Christy and her dad left to the baseball park with her son, he had a bag of ice and he was filling their cooler up with Gatorades and shit. And that thing ain't been in the refrigerator, ain't been in the freezer for, I don't know, 30 minutes. And I figured I'd grab me a handful of ice out of there, and it was hard. It was already like frozen, you know what I mean? So I punched the shit out of that bag of ice, bro. That shit did not even budge, man.
Yeah.
Bet your knuckles
I'll
are
hit it
red.
like this sometimes, like a bag of ice we'll put in the freezer. Finally, I had to get a knife and bust it up. It's stuff's
What
hard.
was your down?
So,
Man, it's like punching a fucking brick right now. My whole hand's on fire.
I hear you.
What's up, Laura?
Hey,
Thanks
Laura.
for stopping by.
Cypress Blue, how you doing?
Yeah,
Hey, Laura.
I'm gonna get some of those cicadas. I'm gonna get some of those cicadas like Chud had in his chat last night. Watch.
I was in there a little bit, man. Them things were loud, wasn't they?
Yeah, that tree's like right next to them.
Judge.
He needs to swap over this time of year to a lavalier mic, and that would help cancel some of that out. He must be talking into a boom mic or
He's
something.
got a mic underneath his
Oh,
what do you call
does
it?
it?
Yeah.
Wow, I can't
Because
believe
every time we touch his beard, you can hear it.
I can't believe it was that loud. Holy crap!
Yeah, them
Hey.
cicadas were getting it. There he is.
Nothing
What's
to
up,
that.
V-Strom?
Brian.
He wouldn't even be able to.
man.
He wouldn't even be able to
NBL.
shoot a video after dark this time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, they were getting it. They were getting it last night. I was surprised he highlighted my comment when I said you need to go out there with a 12 gauge and give him a desk pop.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm gonna get me a. Somebody told me about a lavalier. I'm gonna get one that plugs in my phone when I make videos from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the collar, lapel mic, collar mic. $5 on AliExpress and Amazon. They want $24 for them. Same
Yeah.
exact
Shit.
microphone.
Hey, hey, boo, if I was you, man, go big or go home, because get one like Russ has that records the audio, because I've had mine die on a video before and I lost all that audio. Russ is a high dollar, but at least it records the audio, you know?
Well, I mean, I think I don't know what they cost now, but it's like $250. To me, that ain't high dollar because I've got a Sennheiser also with just one mic, and that was over $500 5-6 years
I
ago.
can't afford nothing like that. I can't afford nothing over
I can't
20
either
bucks. That's
nowadays.
why
I
I'm
mean,
buying
but
$5 ones.
that's back when I used to work a full time job and had more money.
Yeah.
But nowadays I couldn't do that.
See, these
But,
stores on Amazon, on the Amazon platform, they buying them from Alibaba Network, which
Yeah,
is
I've heard of that.
wholesaler of them, and they putting them on there. They making their money. They got to do what they got to do. They got to give Amazon a percentage and pay taxes on all that. So instead of paying 25, I'm just going to pay 5. I don't mind waiting a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Joe. I don't know about that.
Hey, Judge, Smoking Joe.
I don't think I've ever seen you drink a Bud Light. It's always been the red and white Budweiser.
Yeah.
I switched up my red and white today.
That's
Yeah,
a
red
long
and white.
Oh,
That stuff gives me a headache, man. I never could drink it straight. I mean, I could drink it; it tastes fine. It just after. Well, I used to drink a lot back in them days too. That could have been part of it.
Let's see if I could see if I can see what we're talking about on my phone here. Maybe it'll give me some. Maybe it'll give me some
What is all this
an
crap?
extra viewer or something.
Rapid security response ready. Mac OS. Next time you quit and reopen the app, blah blah blah. I ain't worried about that. Updates not installed. Ain't worried about that either.
Well, I was asking Russ just now when we were backstage if he ever used any lenses. I mean, I was watching some shit today, man. I was looking at it, so I want to get a lens for this camera. I feel like my picture quality is not right.
Oh, it is.
I want to get that. Well, this one's what is it? It's a 1650, 16-50. I want that 1018 or 1080 or I forgot what it was now, but that bitch is high dollar, man.
I'm gonna tell you one of the best lenses as far as clarity goes. The only problem with it, you can't zoom in or zoom out, but it looks really good. You just got to move the tripod in. Now Derek went in there and clicked something inside of that Sony camera where he can take one of the controllers and he can actually digitally zoom it. But it's not electronic zoom on it. But anyway, it's called a prime lens, and it's I think it's 50 millimeter, just 50 millimeter prime lens, and they don't cost as much as what the other lenses cost.
This one is like I was looking at, I just Googled Sony ZV-E10 and they were like for vloggers or for people doing YouTube, it's like the best because it's got exactly the angles that you need or whatever.
What's up, Lance?
There he is. What's up, Lance?
What size was it again? 16 by 80? What?
No, it's a 10 something. 10, I think 1080 or something, 1080. But it's got like I don't know nothing about lenses. Today was my schooling on it.
Usually it's a range.
Like
it goes from this to this, but my cameras aren't here. I left them at Derek's last week. I'll be right back over there this week, but he had to shoot a video for that new chamber vac or V-bore. He wanted it. And I said, well, you're going to shoot the video. I've already got I got one a heck of a lot better than that one. I don't want to shoot it,
Like we were talking about backstage, Russ, when I bought this Sony ZV-E10, this is the kit lens that come with it. It's a 60-50. It's supposed to be just a lens for making it work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks good for a kit lens.
Yeah, but the one that I see, man, it's bigger. It's a bigger picture. It's clear.
You could do more with it for sure. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that thing's like $780 or something.
Oh,
so it ain't nothing that I'm gonna put in the shopping cart right now. But
they cost more than the cameras usually. But
that was I seeing that shit today.
But like I said, I've got that same camera you got, but I ended up buying a full frame lens for it, and it works fine. That camera you got is what they call a crop sensor, but a full frame, man, when Jeff shot here, we did that crawfish boil. He gave me all the footage before he left. I put it on a little SSD card so I could edit my version. And I'm like, holy crap! You could see my feet, you could see my head, you could see 5 foot above me. You could see. I'm like, good Lord! I said, why didn't you crop that in? He goes, you crop it in editing. I said, it ain't gonna pixelate. He goes, no, you can zoom it in twice what it is. You can zoom in almost 200%, never lose no quality. I'm like, okay, and that's what I did. Looked fine.
Yeah, dude had this same lens. He had it on a selfie stick, and he was walking through a park, and he was like, he had a side-by-side view of that lens on that one, and you can see everything in that fucking park. You know what I mean? It was like ultra wide angle. It was tall. But the clarity of like it made him look, it just looked way more professional.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Maybe I'm being a fucking camera snob. Maybe I'm Greg Rampy. I don't know. But
oh man, that's what kills it. Nah, I ain't gonna go there. Never mind. I was gonna say something, but I get it why he's not making videos. But he invests a lot of money in all them cameras. He went all full frames,
Yeah.
And I ended up with one of his better cameras, that A6600. That is my face cam now. It's one that Jeff used to have, and I bought it from him. And I had to. No, he sold me the lens too. That's right. And the lens I bought for that ZV-10 is the same one that's. No, I'm sorry. That he gave me the lens, but he also mailed me a 50 millimeter prime lens, and that's the one I shoot with. I
Yeah.
don't have anything else. It looks good, you know.
This is my nephew right here, Kyle. Yesterday was his birthday. Everybody tell him happy birthday.
Happy
Him and his,
birthday.
him and his
you.
twin brother. I got twin nephews. They're Cole and Kyle. Both of them. I don't
Bone
even know how
fit,
old.
Kyle. Bone fit. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I guess he took his rec tech and made some ribs yesterday. He sent me a picture of them.
Man, I looked at some ribs today at the store. I went and got some Kool-Aid lemonade and some sugar in it. I was right there passing by the spare ribs, $1.49 a pound. I'm like, oh man, $8 average, $7.90, $8 average for
Man.
a big old rack of ribs. Man,
I doubt I even fire another smoker up until it gets cooler, man. We got house flies so bad in this heat. I told Derek, I said, we're doing the inside cook this week. I said, I'll do it over there at your place. But anyway, I said, I'm going to make crawfish mac and cheese. That's what I'm making this week.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like I was telling Russ backstage a minute ago. I was like, it's pretty nice today, man. It was only like 98 degrees today. It wasn't 104.
It's beautiful outside. It's only 100 degrees.
Yeah, Lip. What's up, Lip? You got the link, Lip. You want to jump on? Come show us some dance moves.
I don't. Well, I mean, we might fire the smoker up, but you can bet we're prepping indoors and then just run out there, throw it on the smoke, take a
that's
shot
one
at it,
of-
and go right back in.
That's one of them boys from your channel there.
Reggie Cajun.
Blue. That's
yeah,
Reggie K.
there's Raising Cajun Garage. That's my cousin.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Welcome to the
Everybody-
stream, Raising.
Everybody had a good weekend or what? I mean, we didn't have a Sunday. We didn't have a Sunday fucking. We had a Saturday version of the Mexican and Gringo, but
Then we had an after party after that.
Joe wants the link.
I'm sending it to him right now.
Okay.
The link.
I'm sending him the link to my OnlyFans.
Send him the Spanish one.
Solo gentes. Yeah, you should have got it on Messenger, Joe. Anyway, man, so it was a pretty good weekend, I guess. Sunday, I seen a lot of our TDO guys and everybody in Judge chat. I guess there wasn't nothing else better to look at.
I don't know
Yeah.
why, but everybody's text messages come through this computer, this small computer, but yours. So what I have to do when I get that link on my text, I have to copy it. You know, you click on it, and StreamYard has a copy link button right there. I copy link, then I
Yeah.
paste it in a note. We got a notebook in here.
Yep.
And I also have a notebook on this computer and this computer. It automatically goes to that. So I'll go to my notes, click on it there, and then I can get in. That way I can use my computer.
Yep.
Would you rather me send it to Messenger, Russ? Because I sent it to your phone number.
Yeah, send it to Messenger or email, either one. That way
Okay.
I don't have to go through all them steps. I can just click it and go right there. You
Yep.
know?
All right.
That's why I sent it to you a messenger because it's just one click basically.
Yeah, one click and I'm in. But
Yeah,
it don't
I
matter.
sent
It's
it to your
no
phone
big
number.
deal. I just have to go in there and clear them all out.
Yeah.
The other day I cleared out my notes and it was like StreamYard link, StreamYard link, StreamYard link. Like, good God, I've been on a lot of lives.
I went through my email the other day and deleted a bunch of nonsense. Did you know how many StreamYard and Melon links and shit that I had, like that I sent to myself and everything? Like,
What's up, Tyler?
T Ward.
I'll look at my emails sometime. They'll get up to like 3,000 something. And so the easiest way for me to do it on the phone, even on this, you hit edit and select all. I'll delete every freaking email. But the problem with that is sometimes I delete some I should have kept. You know? What's up,
Yeah.
Joe?
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
What's up, man?
Smoking Joe at OnlyFans.com.
What's up, Smoking Joe?
Get 24-hour access for $5.99 today only.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Let me write that. Let me write that down.
So
Are
this
you
is
doing
your
some of
day
that?
off, Joe?
Are you doing some of that shit that they're doing on tour? What is it? What is that? Fucking where they're doing the AI and they're popping popcorn with the fucking hair curlers and they're
Yeah, that's
thank you,
stupid, dude.
thank you for the gleazy.
Yeah, God, dude.
Dude, you do that on your next stream on TikTok.
Oh man,
Fun.
hey, the
Just
first
like-
one of us barbecue guys I catch on there doing it, I'm putting them on blast. I promise you.
holy crap! East Wind Farm. He's got over 23,000 emails.
He hasn't
Damn.
read it.
Yeah, I was gonna look at mine, but mine must have cleared because I don't know.
I cleared mine out not too long ago. I probably ain't got but about 1,500 in there right now.
Oh, you know, when you start your computer up and all them emails, your computer's got to go through all of that, scan all of that, everything that's,
Yeah.
and I got a lot I need to, 3,000 or 4,000 I need to.
Oh, I know
Go
what. And
through.
I'm not logged into that account, but I don't have like thousands and thousands of emails that most of it's spam. But
I got
But
some.
he's talking about on red. You see them little blue dots beside there? I haven't read none of them. If you don't see one with a blue dot, that means I read it because I can just look at the headline and tell if I want to read it, if it's just junk. Most of them are just junk.
yeah, most
I
of
get
them.
rid of all my stuff.
All of them
every
will
time,
never be read. You know, now those
Look
have
at all
been
the-
read.
Look
It's
at
all the
them
same
porn
subject
sites.
line. Your OnlyFans subscriptions are expiring, Russ.
Yeah.
They ought to make it, blue unread and red, the color red for red.
Well, they usually
That
just
you
took out the
read
blue
it.
dot when you read it. When you read it, you took out the blue dot.
There's no dot when you read it on an iPhone or.
No, I was making a
Yeah.
funny.
I'm looking right now. I've got 1,711 emails. So I cleared out probably a month and a half ago.
How was your weekend, Joe? Did you sell out, man?
Yeah, Friday we didn't, but Saturday we did early too. We ended up closing up early.
No shit.
Yeah, Saturday
gotta
we
be.
had.
It's got to be hot there, man. I imagine there's a lot of
my
people out there. Y'all got shade?
Yes and no. I mean, we have umbrellas on the tables. Then I've got a couple of canopies, but we try to keep the customers in the shade as much as possible. But it's impossible, man. I need to get out of that food truck park. It's gonna happen here pretty soon, man.
You need to get some of the swamp coolers like I have out in the shop, man. Them portacools, you put water in them and they blow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got one, but it's the way this park is laid out, man. They actually pulled out trees, which I thought was dumb. Instead of providing more shade for the people, they took out what little shade was there. But we'll see, man. I'm already looking at moving into a brick and mortar, man. We're maxed out where I'm at. I can only do so much,
Yeah.
Need to
That and the winter.
move down to Houston. Need to get a Smoking Joe's location down here in Houston.
Cold
Yeah.
weather.
A
Cold
franchise.
weather wouldn't affect you as bad either.
Yeah.
Like it did last year,
It did, and I told myself I do not want to do another winter there because, you guys know barbecue, man. We're all in the barbecue game. The minute you slice a brisket, it starts to dry up, and imagine that in the cold weather.
Oh yeah.
It's like instant. It dries up. It's like Jesus.
Yeah.
I had a lot of customers tell me, "Hey, the food's cold." So yeah, it's freaking 38 degrees outside. I'm sorry,
That's true. Matter of fact, when we shoot videos in the winter months and I'm wearing like a jacket or whatever, and it's really cold because it takes a lot for me to put a jacket on before I can even really plate anything to do a taste test. It's already gotten cold.
Yeah.
And then everybody waiting on me. It's cold. I'm like, well, yeah, but
Yeah.
we're not eating supper. This is a video.
And then
There's some of them.
I got I don't know what I can say, but Texas Monthly is going to do a couple of stories on me. They already did one story on me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and they called me
do.
to do another story this week. I think it releases tomorrow. And then next month is a big story, and where my business could explode overnight. So I got to be ready for that. I've got to hurry up and find a location, man. Is the deal.
Yeah.
You got to drop a link to it in Facebook or something, Joe, because I don't see Texas Monthly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you see that one they released? I don't know, last month, I think.
Mm.
Is it a
No, probably
digital?
not.
Is it a digital magazine or what is it?
It's you can get the publication, the magazine,
Hmm.
but you can go to you can just go to texasmonthly.com, and I believe you can read like 4 or 5 stories for free, and then they want you to buy the subscription, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's you get that in your Sunday paper, don't you? A little extra thing in the Sunday paper.
No,
It comes, no.
No, I
Oh,
don't think
okay.
Texas Monthly does that.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Texas Monthly's their own. Let me see
Magazine
if I can find it.
publication.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's its own publication, but
We
it
got
they,
we got stuff like that here. Like most of it's like sports related, like fishing and hunting, like Mississippi type sports, you know. But
yeah.
I understand it's just local. Only locals can get it at like, and it's usually free. The ones that they have at the stores, you know, like some of them aren't. Some of them they pay.
Down
Man, I
here
haven't seen
in
magazines at a store in forever. Do they
in
still sell
Lafayette,
magazines at a store?
they have a extra. It's a little magazine. Uh, it's like a little book size, and they tablet size. Like a writing tablet, about that size, 9 by 11 or whatever it is, 8.5 by 11. It's called
Yeah,
Lanyard. That means
lanyard.
extra in
Yeah,
French. Yeah, Lanyard, and
a little
it's
something
and
extra.
they feature articles on restaurants, local bands playing, whole articles like which you talking about smoking, Joe. But it just comes with the Sunday paper.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before. We used to go to New Orleans a lot, and but I've seen that publication somewhere over
Mm,
there.
yeah, it's in the Baton Rouge paper. It's every town has their own lanyard
Yeah.
style deal. New Orleans, Baton
Hmm.
Rouge Advocate, the Lafayette Advocate, Lafayette Daily or whatever it is.
I don't know if
Mm.
we still got a newspaper around here anymore. I know they probably still got the Clarion Ledger up there around Jackson, but we had two of them down here on the coast: the Sun Herald and
I
Mississippi
remember that.
Press.
I
I'm
remember
If we
both of them.
do, it's probably all digital.
Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine named Ricky. He worked for the newspaper. I think it was around. He lived in Pascagoula, but he worked for the newspaper. He was in charge of the press and all that. His name was
Yeah,
Ricky.
yeah, the Mobile Press.
Social media, man. All these news stories. The newspaper was about it was news. Like people would catch up on stuff if something new was opening up, or there was an
Yeah,
accident, or somebody got arrested. That's where everybody got the news. Now, I mean, you get it instantly. You know.
yeah, and also, man, way back in the day when before internet and all that, if we wanted to buy a used car, we'd look through the paper
Yeah.
for sale. And my dad used to advertise in the Mississippi Press. He had his own business, and he would do that weekly. But
Yeah, we had the
yeah,
green sheet, man. The green sheet is where you went to find a car, you know. You go to the green sheet and look at automobiles, pets, guns, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Now it's all what fucking marketplace and offer up and
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my oldest little girl, she'll be 16 in October. I'm trying to get her a car. She just got her permit. I'm trying to get her a little Ford Ranger or like a little S10 or something. And I've seen every fucking car within a 200-mile radius of me, and ain't none of them worth a shit.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got
Russ, Kyle's got a question for you.
hang on. I'm trying to get something off my keyboard. Okay, what is it? What's the question?
Kyle's got a question for you.
Russ, I was wondering if you have pallets of wood just in case. Seeing Joe's stock, I wondered if that was part of the prep. Derek's got a ton of wood where he's at. I don't have none here.
How much wood do you buy, Joe? You had like fucking 40 cords of wood sitting out there on that Facebook post.
It's a whole trailer, man. There's 22 pallets on a flatbed trailer.
Jeez.
Wow. Oak and mosquito, oak and
Oak.
pecan.
It's post oak and white oak.
I had a bunch of wood here when I used to have all my smokers here. But when I first got that all set, I had a cord brought in, and man, they would deliver it and stack it. I had a rack. It's actually in some of the videos back then, but for $125, they brought me half pecan and half hickory. That's the combination I like.
Something
And
to you.
Derek's got all that blackjack oak where he's at. Got some pecan. Man, there's some beautiful pecan laying right by the road here, but it's logs this big and they're about 4 foot long. They just cut the tree down and dragged it out by the road, and the city will pick it up. But I'm like, God, man, I wish I had that over here. I can't even
Get you a
live.
log splitter.
Yeah, chainsaw.
Yeah.
Or make friends with somebody that's got one.
I told Derek about it. I said, y'all bring your trailer over here and load that crap up, man.
Yes.
I got a log splitter, but mine's one of the manual ones. You got to pump the levers, man. That son of a bitch will wear your ass out.
Derek's got
Yeah,
access to one. His girlfriend's mother, the guy she's married to, Ricky, he's got one, and he brings it. Like when they got all that oak, he'd bring that wood splitter over there to Derek's, and that's all they would do. They'd first go cut the trees down, then they would split it and stack it up. If any of y'all watched that video with Jeff Rice is down here, you seen all that wood piled up, and then behind us he had it stacked up nice and neat, and a lot of that hadn't even been split yet. But since then, it's all been split. A lot of it's been used, but they had to cure out. Man, that freaking oak takes 2 years to really get right. You know? But that's
Joe,
what
when
we
you
had.
gonna get you one of them? When you gonna get you one of them dry freezers like Russ has, man? Start selling some freeze dried Skittles from the truck.
You know, that stuff is pretty good, man. We're in San Diego, and we were at one of the beaches. They had like this outdoor swap meet or whatever, and there was this company that was selling freeze dried candies.
Yep.
And they were handing out samples. And Russ, they were making money, man. They were like,
oh yeah,
they're probably 20 Skittles in a bag for like $5.
I guarantee you can put that. I've got 1, 2, 3. There's 4 Jolly Ranchers there.
Yeah.
And you can get those little small bags with the window in them.
Yeah.
You could probably put 4 of them balls in there, and you could probably get $4 just for them 4.
Yeah.
You know, easily. But I have no interest in doing that. I didn't want it for that purpose. You know. But
yeah.
It's fun to do though.
Well, shit, you got a big enough channel though, Joe. They probably send you one of them things like they did Russ.
Where'd you get that from, Russ?
I had to give him $500.
Where'd you get it from?
Harvest Right.
Oh, okay.
Harvest Right. He said we don't give nobody a freeze dryer. He says, and the reason we don't want to be included in them conversations where, oh, you got it for free because you got a YouTube channel, blah blah blah. He said if you're able to pay $500, you can say no, I bought this, and I did. I spent $500 toward it, but I've already sold one, and I made $209, which I hadn't got paid yet, but I will, like whenever they pay. But that's $200 something off of the $500 I paid. So it's I said maybe it'll pay my part back in no time. I don't know.
What's that thing worth?
I think that one is $2,800 right now. They got a $500 rebate on them, or not a rebate, but $500 off deal right now.
So can you freeze dry anything else besides candy, like?
Oh
beef?
yeah, most everything. The only thing you can't freeze dry is like solid fat, like butter. It won't freeze dry. Now say it won't. I've got a container of some in here called real butter, and it's powder. But you can't do it at home. They got specialized equipment that can do it. I don't know how they do it or anything like that. But any kind of real, like if you tried to freeze dry anything that's real fatty, it just, you can do it, but it ain't gonna last as long. Butter you can't do. Bread you can't do. I mean, you can freeze dry it, but you're gonna have to make croutons out of it because you can't reconstitute it. You know what happens when you get bread wet? It just goes to nothing,
What about
Yeah.
like a slice of brisket? What would happen in there?
You could freeze dry it. There's people that do it all the time. It's just the shelf life ain't gonna be 25 years. You might get 10 years, because that
Shit, still
that
pretty
fat will
good.
eventually go rancid. You'll
Yeah,
smell it and taste it.
but does it get like airy, like the Skittles and stuff?
Oh yeah, man, it's like styrofoam.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it weighs nothing. Them eggs I did there. It's nothing but powder. It's and when you reconstitute, I could not tell the freaking difference. I said, "This ain't what they used to give us." They used to, my first wife was on that WIC program where they give. It's for the baby. They gave the baby formula and like government cheese and powdered eggs. And I used to cook with some of them powdered eggs and made like a quiche and stuff like that with it. And it just wasn't eggs. It was like an egg substitute or something, man.
You know, when we were younger, I think it was middle school. They took us on a road trip to the like the space museum, and on one of they would take us on a tour, but then they would feed us food that they give the astronauts, and it's all freeze dried.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember the thing that I remember the most was the cotton candy,
Okay, yeah.
and
I te-
it was like in a little pouch, real tiny small pouch,
huh.
but you
Yeah,
opened it up
it
and
was
it
compressed.
swelled up, you know.
What I'm wanting to do, and we got some in the freezer. I seen it earlier. My wife bought some of his ice cream sandwiches. You can freeze dry them, and
That was another thing we had ice cream
yeah.
the Napoleon or whatever the hell you call them.
But I'm gonna get busy one of these days, and it's not very little of that might even hit video. Very little because it's obviously I already can tell that is not going to be popular for me on. I barely broke over 2,000 views on both of them videos. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work, you know. But
It's because
anyway,
there's not there isn't. I don't think there's a big demand for it, Russ. Not yet, anyway.
it isn't. But I mean, there is and there isn't. But
Yeah,
the viewers I got didn't sign on for that. I've got
yeah.
the people that like my stuff, and I'll be honest with you, it ain't even barbecue. If it's seafood or boil related and all that, them videos do great.
Hey,
But
well,
anything
start
else, like that.
doing freeze dried barbecue, man.
Some freeze
Yeah,
dry gumbo.
I'll have to do like
Yeah.
Greg. What Greg does, he's pretty smart with it. He freeze dried some burger patties and waited 3 years, and then he did a video freeze dried 3-year-old freeze dried burger, and he reconstituted it with water and he cooked it just like he normally would, and gave it his expressions on it and all that, and something like that would work. But you'd have to kind of plan it out. It's like,
That's a long time, man.
yeah,
Shit, freeze
yeah.
dry that shit, Russ, and then next weekend just put freeze dry. I did this 3 years ago.
Everybody know I'm lying because everybody, all y'all knows I just got it.
We'd all still give you a thumbs up and watch and give you a comment. Don't worry.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
only 20 people in here. I mean, come on, Russ.
Yeah,
It'll be our little secret.
our little secret.
But I'm gonna do all kind of stuff. I mean, anything you cook, really. If you got a bunch of leftovers, freeze dry it. Put it in Mylar bag. Mark on there what it is. How much it weighed before you did it, how much it weighed afterwards. That's how you know how much water to add back to it. But you could do anything: spaghetti, lasagna, whatever. There's just anything other than a few things you can't do, but most things you can freeze dry.
That's so cool.
And most things would last 25 plus years, 25 to 30 years, really.
Smoking Joe, I was going to tell you this earlier, and I forgot. Oh, you remember when Hurricane Laura hit the Gulf Coast, Texas, Louisiana line,
Yeah.
mostly Louisiana line? You could have went to Lake Charles or Vinton, right across from Texas to Louisiana. You could have went there with an 18-wheeler trailer and picked up all the oak wood you wanted, already cut in 20-inch lengths. All you have to do is get a log splitter and split it up. You could have got all that for free,
Oh, yeah.
after the hurricane.
Yeah.
The tree companies coming in, and they was cutting it in, 20, 24-inch length to be manageable,
Hmm.
and you could still have good grilling wood from that 2-3 years later.
Yeah.
Could have had a couple of 18-wheeler loads if you wanted.
Yep.
Joe's
That-
name's killing
That's
me.
true after any hurricane, man. Wood everywhere, you know. The only, you
I
know,
love barbecuing with oak.
it takes a big hurricane though to knock down an oak tree. Normally they get uprooted. It hardly ever breaks them.
Right.
But I've seen a ton of them uprooted and the roots be 30 foot up in the air.
Yeah, that's them big water oaks. You know,
Yeah.
big live oak trees. That's some good wood for barbecuing too.
What's up, Christy?
Hey, Miss Christie.
I have a 6-year-old in a teenage boy in a 6-year-old's body up for grabs. Anybody want him? I'm not even kidding. Like attitude for days.
Yeah.
Christy said, I got to put Joe on solo screen. You seen his name? I was like, yeah, we've seen his name. But he said $5.99 today only. $5.99 gets you how many days?
I don't want belly button pictures though.
Full access.
I do.
I'll get you a lifetime membership to Smoking Joe's
Man,
OnlyFans.
I'm gonna screenshot that shit and wrap my truck in it. I'm gonna pull up to Buddy Beer's barn with just a big Joe wrap on my truck.
The belly button.
Hey, where do you live, Randy? You're out by Houston, right? Or Austin?
Yeah, I'm on the east side of Houston.
Oh, okay.
Channel View.
Channel View, yeah.
If everything goes right, I'll be there next weekend.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna drive to Forney, Texas, to pick up a smoker and deliver a couple of leaf springs.
Well, hit me up.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's a long ass drive, man. Shit, I don't want to do it.
I was looking to see where my son is. He left Sebastian, Florida at noon their time, which is 11 o'clock here, and he's almost home. That's me with the flag, and that's that girl you sit there. That's Candace. That's where Derek lives. So he's almost, man, he must have been flying.
Yeah.
Hello, Toya.
Yeah, Christy has me on that live 360 too. So ain't no hiding from her.
His picture. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta show y'all his picture.
Ain't no hiding from her.
He's going 76 mile an hour. I don't know if he's in.
How fast you going too?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they tell you how fast you're going. I got on his ass a few times. He'd be up there in Philadelphia, and I looked, and he'd be going 90 miles an hour. I'm like, dude, you better slow down. He's quit following, quit spying on me. He goes, I'm passing somebody.
Oh,
You gotta put it on solo screen. Hold on.
What is that?
This is Randy's picture on Live 360.
That's funny.
Oh, okay.
I see you.
Is that just for iPhones?
No,
No,
it's for anyone.
Yeah. Let me
Oh,
see
Live
here,
360 times 3 x3. That's a $500 camera.
That's mine right there. I don't know how to make it bigger, but that's when Derek had that flag on the back porch.
Hold
where
on
we
a
shoot
second,
videos
Russ.
at.
Keep showing it, Russ. I'll put you on solo
There you
layout.
are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah, we
Trina,
see
With
it.
your
Gabe.
wife?
Yeah,
So
Derek.
that's not an
Candace.
iPhone deal only?
No.
No.
I don't
I think it's an
so.
app.
It's just an app. You get the app and it'll do like crash detection. I mean, all kinds of things that you can get.
And you got to pay for that?
I don't.
We don't pay for ours.
What is it called? 360?
Life 360.
360.
But you can put
Live?
your entire family, like your daughter, if you want to keep tabs on her, like if she's traveling or whatever, just to make sure, you know.
That's exactly why.
And it's
Well-
cool too if you lose your phone.
Yeah, I've tracked my dad's phone down several times. It's more accurate than the Find Your iPhone.
What's
Yeah,
the,
the one
what's the
it
little,
gives you more information. I mean, the iPhone's already got tracking. Like, here's my wife got off that Live 360 because it sends a lot of notifications, which you can turn off. But
Yeah.
that's her right now at work on the iPhone app. You know,
Yeah.
but
what does the little icon for the app look like?
it's
I'll show you.
Is it purple
It's like a
lines?
little-
it's
It's like a little
purple.
blue. Yeah, there it
It's
is.
purple with like, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
You gotta convince
I mean-
your wife and the kids and to put it on the phone.
Later, Miss Williams.
I think you can upgrade. Was
Yeah.
Derek started this, and he just added me to it, so he might be paying something for it. I don't really know, but it ain't much. If
No,
he
I
is.
mean, you can add as many people as you want to it. Like I have 2 different circles. I've got my dad and my mom on one circle, and then I've got Bailey and Randy and his mom on another circle. And
Yeah.
oh, we've got my dad added Danny Noble to our circle, so it's constantly dinging for
Devil dog.
him.
Double dog.
Hey, Devil Dog.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool. It works both ways. I mean,
Yeah.
she can track me to work, and then when I'm at work, I can track where the fuck she's at. So
Well,
Yeah.
if something happened, like somebody traveling like that, at least you know where they're at. You know what I'm saying? If they broke down or something worse, you know where they're at anyway.
I'll have Randy private message you why we got it. I don't want to say it on here.
yeah,
I've never had heard of it until
Freaking
Derek was
Google in
talking
my
about it
background,
one
that's
day, and I
hilarious.
said, "What are you talking about?" He said,
That's why he
"Download it."
popped up.
He said, "Download it from the App Store, and I'll hook you to our circle." I said, "Okay." I've been on it ever since. Then I added Tarina, or she added it. Then she was on there for like 2 weeks. She goes, "I don't like this. I keep getting notifications that so and so's battery's getting low." And I said, "You can turn them notifications off, you know." I think she just didn't want me tracking her, but I could still track her on the other app, so that didn't work. Where you at, Hussy?
AJ, did you get right with that clown?
You know, I haven't checked yet. I don't think so though. I think it's going to be the same story. It just
Yeah,
keeps
you can
telling
tell
me tomorrow, and you know.
Man, we got Simon right here. Simon's the king of
Eh.
whatever you ask him to do. Be like, make me this.
I'm more like the clown jester.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know he was going to start making logos.
Well, it's not that
So-
I started making logos. It's just stuff I do when I'm bored.
Yeah.
Simon, you ought to get hooked up with that Fever, however you pronounce it.
Beaver?
Yeah, and just be on there as an artist to do things like that. You know, be some extra bucks.
Where did you get your logo made from, Russ?
Which there's a local guy here in Mississippi, the little pig. He did two. He did one with a cow with a meat cleaver, and then he did the pig. Matter of fact, Chuck has got the old logo that I never used. I had to pick between them. I said, I'm gonna go with a pig. That kind of screams barbecue, even though I prefer beef. But anyway, he done that one, and I built like one of my earlier ones years ago. Then the one where it says smoky ribs barbecue, and it's got the stars and the knife and the fork and all. That Fever or whatever the name is,
Fiverr.
they done that one. Yeah,
Yeah, Fiverr.
I paid $5 for that logo. You know, they're
Wow.
real cheap.
Yeah, I think I gave like $150. You had to give like $75 for him to create it, and then once he finished it, you had to give him the other $75 for him to release the PDF for it or whatever
Yeah,
for my RXTX logo. But that dude turned out to be a weirdo too, man. Like he wanted to
He started stalking not like personal pages and things.
started asking me about my mom and shit. Like I don't know you, bro. But it was on Facebook.
I'll tell you the last thing that I had made on that Fever or whatever. It only had it done one time. I just wanted to try it, but anyway, let me see if I can find. I got to scroll down to last summer. But anyway, they did a thumbnail for me. Let's see, home shorts, shit, videos. Oh, there it is. Nothing special. It's just, but they do. There it is, right there. That gas station food thumbnail. I had that
Yeah.
one made through them. I think it was $15, something like that. And I'm like, I looked at the views it got in the first few days. Like, yeah, I'll save that $15.
I'll do it for 5.
Yeah, he sent me a black one, the one you see in the corner right there, the RXTX, and then like a blue one. And I guess I can change it to whatever color, but It worked out nice. But like I said, after I paid him and I got the logo and everything was all said and done, he turned to being like a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck's up with these logo people? Why are they all weird, man?
Well, your logo is pretty sweet, Randy. But then you had that animation done by who was that?
Paul.
Paul.
Oh, yeah,
that was
Paul-
pretty sweet too.
Yeah.
Paul Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Rosenberg works for the news station over there in New York.
Yeah. That was pretty slick.
Yeah, I've never been artistic enough to really get good at any of that stuff. It's hit and miss sometimes with thumbnail. Every now and then I come out with a good one. Most of them they usually suck, and I'm changing it within the first day or two. You know.
What is Joe doing? Is he live streaming to his OnlyFans with his phone?
I
Yeah,
think he's checking out that Life 360.
yeah,
Okay.
man, this is pretty neat. Hang on, I'm almost done.
All I see is a big phone.
Oh, it's $14.99 a month.
Eyebrows.
A month?
Yeah,
Not the free version. Ah, that lap. Somebody said nipples.
Yeah, because I know Derek ain't paying that every month. I think we're on a free version, but
Yeah, we got the free
Man,
one.
I seen the funniest shit today, and I remember seeing it back in the day, but it was a Mentos commercial. But the dude pops a Mentos, and his nipples get all long, and he's walking, and like he catches a frisbee with one of them, and he takes his sunglasses off and hangs it on his nipple, and then like later on that night, he's like scratching records, but it's his nipples.
Don't throw it out.
Peanut Trucker.
That shit was hilarious, man. I remember that really was a commercial, like back in the day.
There were some
Huh.
weird ass commercials back in the day.
Wayne Sleeper up here, he don't want to. He don't
He
want
must still have a headache.
You got a
Yeah,
headache
he's-
again?
It's Shark Week for Sleeper right now.
You
It
better get
really
them
is
headaches
Shark Week.
checked out, Lance. You had a headache last
Like
week.
on the TV.
Yeah,
Oh.
fucking Shark Week. What's up,
Uh,
Peanut?
I was
Y'all stop that yawning shit. Y'all gonna be tired.
I was up
I'm
till
tired.
almost 3 a.m. this morning before I could get to sleep. My wife, she had to pull a double. She didn't get off till 2 o'clock last night, which means she actually got off at 2:30 because they have to do things to close up or whatever. But that place never closes. But she has stuff she has to do at the end of her shift. But
Yeah.
anyway, by the time I stayed up until she got home, and
Ah, that's right. Wisdom
I was
tooth.
so sleepy, man.
Oh yeah, wisdom tooth.
Lance is getting smarter.
Oh, wisdom
fucking-
tooth.
You need to wrap that son of a bitch up with some
That-
Power Pro, like some 30-pound Power Pro, and then have your wife drive off out of the driveway.
I don't think I ever got my wisdom teeth.
I never did either.
Well, mine grew up, but I have a big jaw, so. And
Yeah, I got all kind of room in the back, and my teeth are crowded to the front. You know what I'm saying? Always have been. But I got.
I had
all
braces
kind of room.
back in the day. I had braces back in the day, and they pulled teeth out to make my teeth straight.
I should have had braces.
Me too.
Now Derek and Chad, they got perfectly straight teeth, which the way my lip and all is built, you can't even see my teeth on it. You might see my bottom ones a little bit. You know, that's about it. They're always full of Copenhagen, so you know that's a good thing.
Probably gonna get me a gold grill.
It'll get you a gold tooth, man.
I'm
Mine.
gonna get it all. I'm gonna get all 32. I'm gonna get all 32 teeth gold. The top was gonna say Smoking Joe, and the bottom was gonna say Chud's Barbecue, and that's
I saw everybody on Spencer's chat yesterday. All of you guys were on there. Simon, Russ, Randy.
Yeah, I popped. I wasn't in there long. I popped in for a little bit, and then
There wasn't not a whole lot going on.
I was.
yeah.
I was watching something. I can't remember. Oh,
I
know
was
what
not
watching, but
there.
I just I hopped in for a little bit and then went back to what I was doing.
I think DJ and Devil Dog were on at the same time, so I was going back and forth.
Yeah,
I dropped 2 comments just to see if I was still blocked, and both of my comments, Nick read one and Chud read the other, so I guess I'm not blocked no more.
I saw the Nick responded to one. I didn't see the other one. I was gone by then, I think.
Yeah.
I
don't
ended up
try to
fucking I ended up getting COVID, man. I was out the last 2 weeks. That's why I didn't go live on Wednesdays.
Oh
Oh,
man.
really? Oh, man.
You
Fucking
get COVID a lot.
That's some
Start
bad
spraying
stuff.
people with Lysol.
dude, no. So what's crazy is
Hi, Miss
I got-
Carol.
I think was it Randy that said it was a baby's disease or some bullshit, a baby virus. I ended up getting tonsillitis.
Oh,
Was it you, Randy, that said
Wow.
that shit's for kids? Or
I didn't say that.
oh,
No, I didn't
somebody
say
said that. I was laughing. So I ended up getting tonsillitis that kicked my ass.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and
I'm
I was
surprised you
like,
still got them because as you grow into an adult, especially older, they have a hard time even finding them. You know, they just, like,
Yeah.
most of them are gone.
I had mine
Yeah,
was
so-
when I was 6 or 7.
Yeah, they don't
yeah, I
take
used to
them
get
out no
sick
more.
when I was a kid. I used to get really bad sore throat, so I still had it. But then I got COVID 2 weeks ago, and that shit kicked my ass, man.
Yes.
You
it ain't
tested
no
positive
joke.
for COVID and everything.
Yeah, man.
It was confirmed.
Kyle.
Yeah. They confirmed COVID on some empty Q-tips one time. They
Well, I
sent in empty
guarantee you-
Q-tips, and they had COVID.
If I-
Somebody swabbed some fruit and sent it in, gave it like fake human name, swabbed fruit, sent it in, and they tested it positive for COVID.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my
I
God.
never got it, man. I never got it.
I did.
I mean,
I
They
was-
raped my nostrils like 10, 15 times because I'd have to get COVID swabbed every morning before I would go to work when all that
Yeah.
shit was happening. I was considered an essential employee. And every morning I had to go to a clinic, dude, and they would fucking stick that Q-tip
every
in my
morning? Wow.
nose. Every morning.
We didn't have to do it
Every
unless
morning.
we felt like we were feverish or something. But they would take one of those laser thermometers and shoot your
forehead.
side of
We
your
had-
face or head every day when we walked in. You know, that's all
Yeah.
they did was just check for fever. And if
We
you
couldn't
had
get through the
fever,
guard
they'd
check
turn you
without a
around.
piece of paper. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to have that piece of paper to get through the guard check. And I'm telling you, my nose was so raw. Like I could blow my nose. My nose was like stayed bloody because every morning they would fucking just
Man.
sodomize my nose with a Q-tip.
Well, I know one thing. If I ever call it again, it's either going to be Tarina because she's around a lot of people. She works at a convenience store and
Right.
goes around a lot of people with that trailer, that food truck. And that, or I would have to catch it from Derek or Candace or my grandkids or my, you know what I'm saying? I don't get around general public hardly ever, you know.
Yeah.
They do,
I know I got mine at the food truck, man. It had to have.
more than likely.
It's the first time I had it. The first time I had it. So all this time I've, avoided it, but this time it got me, man.
That's
It was-
what
it
killed
was no
me.
fun.
That first, when it first come out, everybody up in the office where I worked was catching it. I think there was one other guy that didn't catch it and I never did. But I sat at a desk and there was a window unit right here and it kind of blowed out. I said, yeah, I'm safe over here. It's blowing all that crap over there. But half my crew got sent home. You had to go downstairs from where my office was. I had to walk the floors, but we wore masks whenever we was walking. Not that it done any good, but I wouldn't walk up to nobody. But half of them got sent home when they had tested positive. I'm like, golly, I don't guess I can catch it. But it was the second round of COVID, that other strand, and that's when I caught it. And it knocked me down for about a week and a half.
It's
Dark
making a
Lord's
comeback.
right, though.
Huh? What'd you say, Joe?
Seriously.
I said it's making a comeback. Like,
Yeah, it's
Like-
yes, it's got a name or something.
Vitamin D, zinc, and vitamin C.
Dude, I never did none of that shit. I
I
drank beer, smoked cigarettes, and
They're still right
I'm
over
telling you,
here.
there was-
I took a lot of vitamin C, which I was out in the sun a lot back in them days. I was getting plenty of what is sun, vitamin D or K.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
D.
Yeah.
D.
And then I was also taking zinc after I got it to help recover. You
Yeah,
know?
there was
I
there
took
was
zinc
32
tablets.
people. Yeah,
Like-
there was 32 people in our building, and I was the only person at work. I'm answering phones, testing parts, sending out fucking emails with test results and shit. Like I was the only person in there.
You might be asymptomatic too. Can't get it, you know, or you can get it and it don't do anything. I had one
Well, I'm
brother.
gonna tell you
He had
what
no
happens to me,
symptoms, but he
Russ.
was positive.
I'm gonna tell you what happens to me, dude. Is I could be around a whole group of people with COVID. I could be around a bunch of people with the flu, and I don't get sick. But you know what fucks me up is I get stung by a bee. I got to go to the hospital. Like my throat will close and everything. Dude, I do not react well to venom.
Dang.
You don't carry one of them pins on you?
His mom has one down there, an EpiPen.
Yeah, I'm
EpiPen.
telling you, man. I get stung by a bee, I die. I could be around a bunch of homeless people with AIDS.
Don't
No
say
big deal.
that. You better not be around a bunch of homeless aid people.
No, I
Just
did.
saying.
I did get that. I always thought I wasn't gonna get that shot, and the shipyard made it mandatory there for a while. And then they backed up and said, "No, you ain't got to get it now." And that man, Chad, my son, was pissed because he had to get it to keep his job. And then they turn around a week later and says they, all of a sudden you ain't got to get it. But I got it. I went to the doctor for something. And he's like, man, he goes, at your age and you're overweight, he goes, if you did catch that, you'd be in bad shape. It could even kill you. He's trying to scare me, I guess. And he goes, but we can give it to you right here. It won't take but a minute. I'm like, what kind is it? Like that. I didn't want that Pfizer or whatever. He goes, we got Johnson & Johnson. Just come in today. I said, give me that one. It was a one-shot deal then. I don't know what it is now. So he did, and that nurse was like, you going to get all sore and everything, and never did. She popped me with it, and that was it. Never felt nothing from it. But 6 months later, I got kidney cancer, and heart palpitation. Dang, they done freaking killed me with that crap, I reckon. How long does it take to wear off?
Mama Shifter and Grandma both got the vaccine, all the boosters, and they caught COVID.
Yeah,
Mom caught COVID, what, 3 times now?
I don't know. I know y'all always walking around with fucking masks and like living in other rooms than me and shit. Like we don't want to get you sick. They all had COVID. I'm in there kissing Christy and eating food out of the sink. I don't give a shit. I never caught it.
I never heard of it either.
Well,
You
my
still haven't
youngest-
caught it, Randy?
What
the hell?
I thought I had it. My at-home test said I was positive, and then, of course, I freaked out and I went to the ER and stuff. They tested me. I had some kind of a stomach bug or something. I just felt like shit.
Now, I will tell you this. My youngest son at that time was living with us, temporary. And he contracted it, and he called from work, says, hey, I got COVID like that. And he goes, you need to call the shipyard and let them know. So I called him. I was working night shift then. And I said, look, my son is staying with me, and he just got tested positive out there at the yard. He was working there with COVID. What's his name? Yep, he sure does. Like that. She goes, well, you're going to have to come in and get tested. And who else is living there? It's my wife. She's going to have to come here, too. It didn't cost nothing. They paid for it. And both of us tested negative. And they said, all right, go home. It says he can come back to work in 2 weeks, and you're going to have to take off too. And I got paid for 2 weeks sitting on my butt. And then I called him back. I said, 2 weeks is up. Do I need to come get tested? No. If he's over it and you ain't felt bad during that, just come on back to work. I went, okay.
Yeah.
So I was
Dude,
kind of
everybody-
hoping, I was kind of hoping I would catch it, back then, just so I could get another 2 weeks off and get paid for
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Everybody was getting paid, and they were getting these free 2-week vacations. And then I would go in there, and like every day, I wanted to test positive. I was like, I hope I'm positive. And they'd fucking swab my nose. They'd be like, nope, go to work, you sorry son of a bitch.
I went back in there 2 other times. I don't feel good, and both times you're negative. Get out of here. I'm like, God.
They gave me a laminated piece of paper to tape up in my windshield, like right by my well, not in my line of vision for my windshield.
Oh shit! Sorry about that.
I got a train coming.
I
heard that.
I gotta
sorry,
go.
Going out like, man, my train sneaked up on me, but that's Randy's.
I gotta go lean off the dock, boo.
Well, go right ahead, sir.
Take your phone
Hey.
with you, Russ.
How you doing, Miss Jamie? Miss Carol? What's up, Troy V?
Yeah, when I worked at O'Reilly, there was 3 times where I was exposed to people, and I had to take 2 weeks off at a time. It was nice, One time I just stayed home and didn't do shit, but then the company got smart and said, hey, you can work from home. So I was working from home, which was it sucks because there's so many distractions at the house. You know, you can't really work.
Keep going.
All right, take it easy, Google.
Okay, bye.
Oh, you put it in the private chat.
He's
I'm
probably,
gonna have to run myself in a little bit. Supper's almost ready.
that was a loud ass train.
Yeah, everybody said that motherfucker was turned up tonight. Who left? Googie
He's
left?
still honking.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, Googan said he had to go.
Googie left?
Yeah.
We ain't got no comments here.
Well, I was showing you the crime. He was telling you about it.
Googie went to go fight with that barbecue logo guy.
What's the deal with that?
I guess the dude charged him some money and was supposed to give him a logo by this weekend and still ain't performed, still ain't gave him nothing, and wants him
he was
to
supposed to have it by the 15th. I think.
wants him to pay more money or some shit.
Screw that
Yeah.
shit.
He done got ripped off. It sounds like he ain't got it since the 15th.
I went to
It's 10 days late.
I went to that 48 hours logo. It's 48hourslogo.com. And you tell them kind of what you want. And then there's like 15 or 20 different artists that are fighting to get your business. So once you agree to a logo that you like, you can get that artist to make some adjustments or whatever. But then you pay them after it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it's all done and rendered and you got all your pictures, okay, then you pay them, and it's only like $100.
It's not
Yeah.
bad.
I think mine was 150, and like I said, I paid him 75 up front and gave him a bunch of ideas, like a rough sketch of what I wanted, because I wanted the R and the X to be like prescription. I mean, in the original thing, I wanted to call this Prescription Texas Barbecue, but it's evolved from that, you know. Whatever it is now, it ain't like I'm a fucking huge channel, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Give it time, man. Give it time.
And a lot of them they were like from India.
Yeah, I think this dude, because like even his emails weren't complete sentences. Like he was, something was a little bit off about him. And then, like I said, once I sent him another $75 and I got my PDFs and everything on my logo, then he started becoming a weirdo, like asking Christy for shit. And
I deleted him off my page so freaking fast and blocked him. Like, no.
yeah,
I'll tell you
we were
what.
talking about it one day. We were like, man, maybe he's like, I don't know, maybe he's like a kid.
I was thinking he might have been like an autistic kid or something, but I don't know. I see him on Instagram. I had to block him there too.
Yeah.
And then I also seen another one that was doing like the same mannerisms with a different name, and then they would be like, "Hi, this is so and so's mom," you know, and I'm like, "This is a sketch."
I keep getting emails, not every day, but kind of frequently, wanting to edit my videos. And, you know, I emailed that one guy the other day. It was a legit thing. I'm like, dude, I said, I don't make enough money to pay somebody to edit my video. I said, besides that, I enjoy editing. Been doing it for 11 years. You know, I said, if I was a huge channel knocking down all these mega bucks, I would probably consider it. It'd be worth it at that point. But right now, heck no. You go, oh, I totally get it. Well, we do other things. We do this, and this. I'm like, no, you ain't doing none of that crap for me. I don't trust
Who's
you.
doing your videos now, Russ, for Facebook?
Huh?
Who's doing all your videos for Facebook?
I am now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I had to
Man.
convert them to now I'm able to use all the stuff that Jelly Smack did. I'm able
Okay.
to, you know, you can go in there and repost as
Yeah.
a new post and just keep them circulating. But in between that, as I come out with content, I do them in square format and just do a re-edit and shorten them down and chop it up, kind of like they do, you know.
Yeah.
But and Derek's doing all the reels.
You making money with that Jelly Smack shit?
Huh?
Are you making money yet now that you're off of Jelly Smack?
Yeah, I am.
Shit.
I tell you what, my first payment last January, holy smokes.
I haven't
Huge.
made a penny with Jelly Smack yet. I've been with
No,
them for
I didn't either.
a year and a half now, I think.
I emailed them. I was getting aggravated. I said, I said, when I first signed on, I said, it's only a 3-year contract. I figured by now I would at least be making something. And it wouldn't. But a few weeks later, they said, oh, we're sorry to tell you, but we're going to return everything back to you. You're under no obligation for all the money we dumped into this and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, thank you. And
I told him the same thing, Russ. I told him I'm tired of this.
yeah.
You guys are making money. You guys generate these reports, and you guys are saying you're not making money, and then you keep investing more money into the channel. And how do
Yeah.
I said, where does that money go? How do I know that? I mean, is that just a made up
they're
number
not
that you guys put, or what?
they're not transparent at all. And so, but now here's the kicker. They told me they said, I had to let some guy in there that was already part in there, but I had to let him into another part of Facebook where he could get everything turned back over to me. And supposedly they did everything on their part, but my money is still having to come through Jelly Smack. Facebook sent it to them, they're sending it to me. And I emailed them about a month ago. Said, look, why am I still having to be paid through y'all? I want to be clear from y'all altogether. They're sending it to me, and it's accurate because I'm able to go in there and see what I've earned. But bad part is when I got that first payment in January for December, I'm like, golly, boy, if it's like this every month, I ain't got to worry about nothing. But it ain't. It slowly went down. You know what I'm saying? Now it's kind of going back up again. But yeah, it was almost $12,000 for 1 month, the month of December. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
I saw where they were making $18,000 a month, Russ,
Yeah.
and I'm not seeing any of that yet. Obviously, I got the sign-on bonus, but
Yeah. Yeah. I got the sign on bonus and then I got that a year later. So I basically I got 15,000 up front, then that 12. So what, 27,000 from one in a year's time?
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. But I just want Facebook. I've got some numbers. I'm going to try to call them one day and try to actually talk to somebody on Facebook. Say, look, here's what's going on. And I can go in there and look on Facebook. Nobody is affiliated with Facebook other than me and Derek. And I get Christy and Randy both as admins to where they can.
Yeah.
And when they comment or do anything, it just says Smoke Your Ribs Barbecue.
Yeah.
It don't have their personal names or nothing like that, and nobody else is being shown on there. And yet my information is still there where they're supposed to be sending the money. So why is it still being directed to them?
that's
There's
crazy.
there's stuff that I can't find in there, so I'm gonna have to talk with somebody.
Mhm.
Man,
I-
after it's all said and done, I bet y'all's taxes are a beast. Do y'all have to claim like what is it?
Oh yeah,
Depends on well, you got when I first started YouTube, I'd say the first 5 years I didn't keep nothing. I reinvested every dime back into equipment and cooking stuff and this and that just to get around that, stuff. I still do that. I buy stuff all the time. But
I'm
Right.
saying, don't they get 1099s for all that different stuff for YouTube, for Jelly Smack? Don't they give you 1099s for all that?
yeah, they
yep.
do.
And all the companies, PS Seasoning, freaking anybody that gives you shit,
Yeah,
or
all
is
of them.
paying you.
When I did videos for SNS Grills, I got a 1099 from him the 2 years that I did it. Whoever, whatever, whoever. I can't think of all of them right now, but I've worked with a lot of people over the years.
And
Hadn't lately.
there's some people that or some companies that don't give you a freaking 1099. They're just paying you. I don't know how the hell they pay you, but
Yeah. Well, YouTube don't send you one or didn't used to until you make over $10,000 in a year. Then
Yeah.
they start cutting you on.
Hi, Miss Boo.
But
Pizza's
Yeah.
on the way.
Listen,
Those kids are on there.
everybody saying hi. Say hi.
She ain't got time for that.
See, I got earbuds in. She can't hear.
so are you turned
Yeah,
loose
that'll-
from him yet, Joe? Oh, he's muted.
what's that, Russ?
Are you still with Jelly Smack now?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah, I'm
Night,
like 30,000 away from finally making money.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm thinking 2, 3 more months.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
what I kept waiting for, but then they turned around and kept spending money. I was like, stop spending, but I can say I made the money I made with them, and I'm still making money every month. But the biggest thing is they got my channel up there, it's like 680 something thousand followers. That's pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
you
love to
you
take
got a
it to a
lot.
million, you know.
You got a lot on Facebook, Russ. It fucking trips me out
Yeah.
because everything's managed through Meta.
Yeah.
So, like, even whenever I try to, I've already told you before, it's a lot, man. Like, you got 900,000 people, and
I will say that I personally, from my page, messaged that dude that was being just an ass to everybody
Yeah.
and was like, quit with the smart ass comments. And I haven't seen him since.
There was a guy. There was a guy that said, there was a guy that commented. I think it was Saturday,
Use the good shit in there.
and he said they posted. So Jelly Smack
Yeah,
posted a
that's good.
picture of
That's good.
my platter, and he said something like, "What the hell is that white bread doing in the middle of the platter?" And I said, "Oh," he says, "No. He goes, that's funny. You put a whole loaf of bread in the middle of the platter, and there was 4 slices of bread on that picture." And I said, "Oh, so 4 slices is a loaf of bread now?" And he said, "Calm down." He called me "calm down, internet warrior" or some bullshit.
Oh, they're ruthless.
Yeah.
I got to where I hardly ever even look at comments. I do
Yeah.
a little bit. I never did. I had to quit, man. When Jelly Smack was running that, they wouldn't go in there and patrol none of that. So I'd look at it and I blocked some people, just
Oh yeah.
mainly when they attacked me or whatever. They're ruthless. They're way worse.
Oh yeah.
than YouTube
I was
comments.
commenting under Joe Martinez, and I said, "Hey, this is my page, pal." He's like, "Okay, well then I'll unfollow." And I said, No, don't unfollow. Let me do it for you. I'll help you out with that.
Yeah.
I deleted his comment and blocked him from ever commenting again.
Gave him the boot.
Yeah, he thought I was just a random
I
Joe
can't,
Blow.
Random Joe.
Yeah, Joe Martinez.
I can't do it. I can't show you right now because like when somebody comments, it comes up on my phone on the Meta, the
Right.
Meta logo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter
and then I go in there and I look, and sometimes Russ has done handle it, but
Yeah.
I don't usually intervene that much. I mean, most of the time it's just comments. It's not.
Well, that's all they can do is comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, my page has 696,000. So Jelly Smack is put some work into that.
My page already had 237,000 when they
I
took
remember.
it over.
I remember that.
And
Wow.
and they did the rest. They're supposed to got it up to 1 million in 3 years, but they didn't even give it a year. They told me 2 months before December got here, or a month before, I think it was, that they were, and I wasn't the only one, man. 2 guys in the cooler, Eric, they canceled him out. They canceled Tommy. I said, and I had to have a one-on-one Zoom call with one of them girls. I said, so it appears to me that everybody y'all sign on, y'all dump them about a year later. That's the reason I asked you back then if you was still with them.
Yeah.
And anyway, she just kind of looked at me. I said, that's fine. I said, I'm glad. I said, at least I can make money with it now, or see money with it now.
It's because
So-
Joe's Mexican.
I don't know why they kept me. I was hoping they'd release me, to be honest with you.
Hey, they might before it's over. You never know.
I hope so.
fucking brown people.
Yeah.
Joe's
Well,
Mexican? Nah, not really. No, really?
Well, the reason I even looked at it, because I got an email from them, but it was it looked like a cheap email. It didn't look professional at all or anything. And Eric called me the next day. He goes, "Hey man, you ever heard of a company called Jelly Smack?" I went, "Man, that sounds familiar for some reason." I said, "Hang on, I'll look." I said, "Yeah, I got an email yesterday." He goes, "Don't throw that email away. Don't throw that email away. Don't get rid of it. Don't delete it." And he went to telling me all about it and how I'm gonna make bukus of money and blah 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 blah. And so, anyway, I went ahead and did it. And then they reached out to Greg with Ballistic Barbecue, and he went through the whole contract phase, and they dumped him before they ever released the first video. And he think, how you had to let that one guy be a friend of you on your personal page.
Yes.
and really no explanation why, but we had to do it. Well, Greg feels like he was monitoring his page because Greg was a cop, and had a
Mhm.
bunch of friends and stuff, some wearing MAGA hats and all that stuff. He figures that's why they canned him. A bunch of liberals running all that
Yeah,
anyway. And so who knows? I don't know if that was the case or not, but they dumped him before he ever got started. And he said, well, what about all this trouble? Me signing the contract and all. I said, we'll give you $5,000 to settle. Right now they did. They mailed him $5,000 or put it in his bank account or whatever, and he was out from under him. But it pissed him off so bad that he started making his own videos and stuff. He hadn't grown it like they could have grown it, but he's
Right.
still doing it.
Dude, I'm not gonna brag or nothing, but from my job that I go to every day, they're telling me I make too much money, and I get fucking raped every year in taxes. I couldn't imagine making any more income on top of that because I'm just gonna give it to Uncle Sam.
It's crazy, man. You gotta, like Russ said, you gotta spend money, man. Unfortunately, because if not, the tax man's gonna get your ass.
Yeah, that's a fact. Just keep
I think I
putting it
spent
back
like
into
eight-
business.
I put like $8K back to IRS this year.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of fucking money,
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it's because I can't claim my kids on I claim zero all throughout the year, and at the end of the year I gotta file taxes. I can't claim no dependents, so
Yeah, that'd kill you. When I lost my boys back when they grew up, I lost all that. I'm like, holy shit, man.
yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Hey guys, well, I'm gonna get off, man. You gotta edit
Joe,
the video.
yeah.
Huh?
You ain't gotta talk about all that.
He still couldn't get off. He's got paying fans right now waiting for him.
Yeah. I'm about to do a live video. You guys click on that link, $4.99, man. All day.
You gonna put some brown sugar in that belly button for me,
One of
baby?
these days, he's gonna send you a picture of his belly button.
I'm gonna blow that bitch up as a
That's some
poster on the wall.
There's some bitches like that deep.
That's what I'm saying. I know it is. Hey, 4 inches is average.
That's right.
Hey, send them a video of your belly button and you pouring syrup on it.
Randy only.
Randy, oh, you don't got my number, so yeah.
Smells like barbecue sauce.
Yeah. All right, guys. You guys take
Good
care,
talk.
man.
Later,
Later,
Joe.
Joe.
All right,
Later,
Joe.
Joe. Appreciate you for
See you
coming
later.
on, buddy.
Kyle.
He's one of the most down to earth people.
Yeah, Joe's cool.
Don't everybody talk at once.
Yeah. Now we're gonna go a little bit longer, but I'm not gonna go crazy. They're gonna go
Yeah.
crazy tonight.
Yeah, I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. No, wait a minute. No, I don't.
I was like, I do.
Russ told me earlier backstage he ain't even been outside today. He's like, it's hot. Well, maybe hot. I don't know. I ain't been outside.
Now I got a push notification on my phone, and it was saying today was a little milder because of lower humidity. I'm like, oh, really? I should have went outside today.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Art?
Mark?
Angel?
I have to go out Wednesday, day after tomorrow, to go shoot a video.
Yeah, that's bad news, man.
Yeah, that's not cool.
We ain't got not a. Oh no! When I was sitting at the optometrist's office today, waiting on my mom, there was a couple little drops of rain. We ain't got no freaking rain. We're sitting in between two high pressure systems that aren't moving. It's just sitting there pulling in all that damn African Saharan dust.
2 nights ago,
Saturday
we got rain.
afternoon and night, we had a bunch of nice thunderstorms. Holly Beach, too, so and y'all not that far from Holly Beach.
Yeah, he's
Thursday.
almost home.
So I don't know if y'all had any thunder bumpers go through there Saturday
Oh.
night.
Nah, we ain't had rain in over 10 days, boo.
Really?
No,
Y'all
we
missed it.
did.
Y'all
We
missed
did.
it.
I think it was Saturday, man. We had some bad
Yeah.
lightning storms.
Well,
Yeah.
you see the flags behind me. They're blowing. We got a nice little breeze right now, but it's still a hot breeze. I mean, it ain't like
Well-
a cool breeze.
Saturday evening, we had lightning hit real close. and my little long-haired Chiwi, she was right by Mrs. Recliner laying on the floor. And when that lightning hit, I mean, it's lightning and thunder at the same time. That's how close it was.
Yeah, I
When
unplugged
she
the
took
freeze
off
dry.
from that recliner and went to bedroom, I looked on the floor. She left a little something to remember her by on the floor.
Scared the piss out of her.
That's Lance
yeah.
shit. Archangels. That didn't happen to Lance.
To
Oh,
Archangel.
Yeah, I went
That
to
was
shutting
Archangel's
everything.
comment.
I went to shutting down or unplugging anything that I don't want fried when it gets like that.
The sleeper, all he
Yeah,
got was a headache, hangover headache, I think.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's
a toothache.
wisdom too. He's the first 95-year-old man to have wisdom teeth come in. Poor Lance, man. I feel bad for you, Lance. I don't know.
He gets
I
all
know
the
Oh,
that-
old,
toothache,
he
a
get,
toothache on nut. Oh, man.
Lance,
Yeah.
Lance, he gets all the old jokes, but yet I'm older by a month. I think I'm a month
I'm
older.
just
than
saying.
his.
I'm just saying, like, I never had a lot of dental problems or nothing, but I hear that like teeth problems cause migraines like you never experienced before, like
Oh, I can imagine.
infected teeth and all that shit.
Get one in your sinus cavity. You know, eye tooth or your
that'll
eye
make your whole
tooth.
face
My
fall.
eye teeth one time, one of mine got in my sinus cavity, and it was abscess, and I was in Mississippi at the time, and I went to the doctor and I got some antibiotics and some pain medicine, and we were running high power line from a house to a barn, and that abscess busted, and I tell you what, man, I blow my nose, all that stuff, because it was in the sinus cavity, all that stuff was coming out.
Ew.
Yeah, like a old sick rooster. You know, you got a chicken that's got a cold and you squeeze all that out. That's what it smelled like. And tasted. Man, it was dripping in my throat. I said, man, I got to do something about this. This is going to kill me.
Fuck that.
Mm.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's when I take a goddamn X-Acto knife and just cut my face
Oh
open.
no,
They-
don't.
They say that King Tut, that 14-year-old Pharaoh, they say he died of a tooth infection.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it was in the when the
King Tut.
museum was going around. They had him at New Orleans, and they had articles in the newspaper, and they said the doctors think that he died from a tooth infection because that will kill you. Gets up in your
You
ever
sinus
seen
cavity or
that,
go in your brain.
Yeah.
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 You ever seen that guy who plasticizes them bodies? Like he has them body exhibits. He has people that have like baseball, but he injects all their veins with plastic and like they're on these exhibits. I forgot what the fuck his name is.
Man,
Yeah.
like he slices.
He slices them and shit. Well, we have a place down here in Galveston called Moody Gardens, and I took the kids. I took the kids down there, and that was part of the. I bought the day package, so it was like, I don't know, like $200 a kid or some shit. But you got to do all the little rides and everything. It was expensive, but that was part of the thing. Is you get to go in the museum and you get to see the body exhibit, and they had a guy that was I guess they plasticized him and they cut him and they put him in like slides where he was like a 1/4 inch thick and you can see everything. And the kids walked up and they were like, "Oh, look his butt." And they started walking and they got to the front. They were like, "Oh, look his weenie." Yeah, that shit was pretty neat though. I mean, for me anyway, the kids thought it was gross, but for me, like to look at that shit was pretty cool. Because it was like every muscle, every vein, every artery. You know, that dude,
Yeah.
he sits there like meticulously fucking injects every vein with wax. And then so it like plasticizes the body. No, that's
Dang.
pretty cool.
Just
All right.
laugh.
Missy said soup's on, so soup is patty. Stuff is ready. So I'm gonna run. Randy, thank you for the link. Thank you for having me up here. Good seeing you again, Miss Christie. You too, Shaq. Russ, Simon, good seeing y'all too. Glad y'all all right. Everybody in chat, comment. Good seeing y'all again. And I'm gonna run out of here and put some food down my throat. All right. Y'all know the routine. It's good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later.
Crackling grease.
Night, boo.
Light boo.
Aputa.
Night, boo.
Archangel knows what I'm talking about. Muther. His name is like Gunther Muther or something like that. See, I ain't making this shit up. I've seen it. I've seen it.
You seen it?
I've seen it.
That's a weird
well-
occupation, man.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah, and it's crazy that like the amount of like I've seen some shit on like YouTube and stuff about the amount of people that donate their bodies to him. Like people that people that get into car accidents and shit. They donate their bodies to him, and he keeps them like stored in acetone. That way, it doesn't fuck up their arteries and shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird, man. The dude's kind of weird anyway.
Where's this at? I mean, where does he live? Do you know? In the States or?
Find a link and put in the chat, man.
I know. I was just curious if he's here in this country or.
Nah, he's overseas, but he does show a lot in this country. So the thing he's famous for is the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. So he plasticized the bodies and put them on horses, and then plasticized the horses too. So like they're all, you can see all the muscles and shit in the horses.
Yeah.
His name is Gunther. That word right there, Gunther.
There's somewhere in China, a guy I worked for used to do AC work, automotive AC work. He flew to China. His brother was out over there working at some shipyard there, and he flew out there to visit with his brother, and they went through all the places around there. He got to see the Great Wall and all, but they got these like soldiers that they uncovered, and like archaeologists where they take the brushes and knock all the dirt and dust stuff. And it was like soldiers and horse remains and all this stuff.
Yep,
Can't remember the
they
name
were
of
terracotta warriors, or
yeah, terracotta warriors. That's what it was.
Simon, can you click that link so you can share the screen?
I have to grab my phone here. Hold on.
I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. What's up, Terry?
Hey, Terry.
I don't know how to fucking click a link.
He took pictures of all that stuff and showed us that way back. That's been back in before Katrina. That was probably late 90s, early 20s, somewhere in there. Probably about 21, 22, somewhere in there.
Yeah, his art's pretty nice. He has like a
Not-
sport
Not
exhibit.
21, 2002, 2003. That's what I meant to say.
He has a sex exhibit that he does where it's actually people that are having sex and everything's all plasticized. It's pretty fucking weird.
That's weird.
That is
Yeah,
weird.
the one we seen was the sports though. Like, so it had like a pitcher throwing a baseball, but his arms all, everything's all
Dang.
injected with wax and shit. But I'm saying he's like really, really famous for his the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Like that exhibit is, I'm pretty sure the sex one and everything would have to be overseas. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't let
You okay,
that,
Terry?
they wouldn't have that shit in Moody Gardens.
Probably not.
Oh, damn. Hey, Randy, did you want me to send you that link to your phone or what?
Nah, make it where I can share it.
All right, hold on.
That way Russ gets an idea what I'm talking about.
Hmm? What'd you say, Randy?
I said that way Russ gets an idea what I'm talking about. Simon's gonna
okay.
share it.
If I can click on the right thing. Hold on, give me a minute. Go here.
I got my big computer running too. I'm not watching the live. I just got it paused on that computer. That way I can click a link.
It's pretty cool to look at. I mean, honestly, like when you see it in person, it's pretty cool.
There we go, copy.
We seen it down here, like I said, at Moody Gardens, and it probably wasn't the place to take the kids, but
Oh, that's not good, Terry.
The
Oh,
Mutter Museum.
Hey, bro, click on that one.
oh, fuck, I can't click on it because
Click it.
I know, but I'm saying
It's going to open another tab.
So That
Yeah,
girl
but
with a
it's
chair
just a
behind
blue.
her,
It's not
is she
blue.
not real? Exhibition. Spit spreads death. Where should I be looking at?
Hold on, let me log on to YouTube and see if I can do that.
Russ could probably.
Located in the, it says located in the heart of Philadelphia. This muttermuseum.org.
I think he does have that too. I think he has pregnant women where they died before they gave birth. I think he has that too. Like the actual babies are plasticized inside the mothers. Like
Oh,
it's
that's
crazy
boring.
shit. It really is. But I mean, it's
Hey, Randall.
art. He's calling himself an artist, so.
If you go to a YouTube, you should be able to click on it on YouTube from the chat on
Yeah,
your
I
laptop.
can't. No, I can't see it on my laptop. It's not blue. It's not a link. On StreamYard, it's not a link.
Well, I mean, I clicked it on.
No big deal. I mean, if you put it in there, then everybody can go look at it later. It's not a big deal.
I'm looking.
I don't
at
want to
it
get I don't want to get a copyright strike for showing this dude's art off on the fucking line. Archangel knows what I'm talking about, though.
Yep. But let me see. I was writing you a text with it.
From the first moment I met Carol. Huh.
What up, 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was weird, but to me it was cool. But it's like, I don't know. I guess it's kind of morbid for most people to go in there and see actual dead bodies, like displayed like that. But
Yeah, that's pretty weird. I'm looking at pictures on here. I'm trying to make sense of this website, but it's in Philadelphia, PA. This website here.
yeah, are you seeing pictures of what I'm talking about though? The way
Well,
that
I don't know. Let's see videos. Looking for
Like,
videos.
he takes the bodies and like just injects every single one of them with wax.
Huh.
He needs to do a brisket. He needs to do a brisket and send it to me, and I'll put it on my channel. I'll do a brisket. I was gonna ask Joe about that whole lens thing. I wonder if Joe uses lenses.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you got a camera, you got a lens, but it's either the kit lens it came with, or you bought one that you want,
Right.
for those kind of cameras, DSLR, mirrorless type cameras. I used to shoot with camcorders.
Camcorder?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, Canon camcorders. That made it easy, to be honest with you. I used to shoot by myself all the time, and I didn't, it had to flip out lens, and I knew if I was framed up or not.
Yeah, it's safe to a memory card, right?
Yeah, and I didn't have to adjust anything like the cameras we use now. Derek has to be behind adjusting ISO and all that stuff. But
Yeah, so that's the thing I was looking at today. When I was looking at them lenses, I guess what I'm getting, you can't see it now, but like what I'm getting is called ISO feedback. Like when I see them, the lines from the neon lights or whatever.
yeah,
And there's so much about photography that I don't even have no clue about,
you could probably
Like
change them out with some LEDs and stop a lot of that flickering.
Well, Triple B told me to buy these. He told me you told him to buy them. They're like the daisy chain neon lights. Triple B sent me the link for them, so I bought them. But like on my camera, they make the lines. It ain't doing it now. But watch
Is
if
it
I
like
change
the
my
ones-
ISO.
Well, I was gonna say, show me what they look like. Are they LED or fluorescent?
They're LED, but they look like fluorescent tubes.
Yeah, that's the way mine is on Derek's deal. I don't have no issue. But they also have a thing called rolling shutter, but you can adjust a lot of that in your settings and all in your camera, It's
Man,
like-
dude, this camera, this camera has so many settings. I don't know half of it.
You can probably find videos on it for that particular problem, and they can tell you. But also, Let me think here. I know a little bit about them kind of cameras. Derek knows a lot about them, but your your frame rate, has to be. God, I don't forgot. Derek could tell you, but your frame rate can also cause issues like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, I mean, I'm a novice to it. I know how to make the camera look the way it looks right now. That's it.
Yeah.
But before y'all got on, when I was on, I clicked on StreamYard and I made this link at like 7:10, something like that. And so before y'all got on here, I was fucking with it. And I
Yeah.
was, trying to think about what I've seen today on YouTube. And because, I mean, there's plenty of YouTube fucking channels that do
The only time I've ever seen that was on your videos. I don't never see it on the live. The lives look fine. You look clear.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's because I fuck with it a lot, but that background blur, and if I don't have the ISO set right, I'll get like I don't know, them lines. And they say it's ISO feedback. Shit, I don't even know what the fuck ISO stands for.
It's basically adjusting your light aperture, letting more or less light in.
Yeah. And that's what I heard about this lens too. I heard this lens has like a 4.5 millimeter aperture.
Oh shit! You got really bright.
Oh, well, let me darken it up a little bit because I know how to do that.
Where the fuck is the pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah,
She hungry.
I've got 2 kids in there to feed, and it is late. Hot John's about to get a phone call.
What's that? Actually, when I took my hat off, you'll see them lines and fucking little blur.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit when you do
Yeah,
that.
because the flickering right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I don't think that it's not the frame rate. I was shooting 30 frames per second. I used to shoot in 60 frames per second for YouTube when they first allowed that. But I went to with these cameras and even my phone, I got everything set to 30 frames per second.
Okay.
But,
I
but
shoot.
that's not what's causing the lines. I can't remember what I'm trying to say.
My
But,
4K video, it has options for 30 and 60. I usually do 60, but I don't really see a
Yeah.
difference.
there's another term I'm trying to say, and whatever
Look, Christy went in and now the fucking pizza man just showed up.
your frame rate set at, you got to do half of that for the other thing I'm trying to think of, and I can't remember what it is. I don't have to deal with that. That's what I paid Derek for. If I had to go back to doing my own videos, I'd buy some more camcorders.
I like this woman.
4K.
She just went inside. Now these assholes show up. There we go. There we go. And then they're here.
Hey, Cody.
Cody, what's up? I figured Leopard's gonna jump on, man. I figured Leopard jump on tonight.
I wish I had one of my cameras with me and I could tell you what I'm trying to get out of my brain, but I don't. I left them over there last time I shot.
How many cameras do you have, Russ?
3 over there at Derek's. Plus he's got one, but the one he's got will only shoot in 1080. And I told him, I said, if you're going to shoot a video doing that, I want it in 4K. I ain't going backwards. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I've been shooting 4K now for probably 2.5, going on 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be in right now. I'm supposed to be in 4K.
Yeah.
Have you seen this new thing? Have you seen the new thing in the? If you go to settings, it says "touch up my appearance" on StreamYard. Look,
That's brand new. I haven't seen it.
I don't know what it did, but it's supposed to touch up my appearance. I don't look any better.
Let me see something here.
I don't like it though. I don't know what it fucking means, but I don't like it. I feel like I'm Gleazy. Give me a Gleazy.
What'd you say about the first barbecue that does that?
Yeah, the first barbecue motherfucker. I know who it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say his name right now.
Maybe it's the shutter speed I'm thinking of.
Gleazy.
Whatever.
That's so annoying on TikTok, man.
You seen it, huh?
And
You
it's
see
like
what I'm talking about?
everybody that's doing like a live stream is doing that, you know.
Man, that shit don't make no fucking sense to me, dude. Like I cringe when I see it, man. Like it, I don't know. It embarrasses me, and it ain't even me on there. You know what I mean?
Dehydrating peppers. What?
What is ISO versus ISO controls in my life?
I can't wait to see Lance doing it. Watch Lance. He's gonna. Oh, a pot pie. I'm delicious.
Well, you have the Lance mask, right?
Yeah, fuck. I couldn't do that to myself. I like to watch the videos when somebody walks in on them doing it, and they're like in the kitchen, and then like they're filming the guy doing it. Like, look at this motherfucker doing the AI shit. I guess that's what
Shutter
what the
speed,
world
I
wants.
think shutter speed. And if I remember right, whatever frame rate, like I'm shooting 30 frames per second, your shutter speed, I think you adjust to half of that, or is it twice? It might be twice. Like I would set it to 60. If my frames per second is at 30 frames per second, I would set that to 60. That can cause that flickering you're talking about, though.
Dude, honestly, Russ, I've never fucked with none of that shit. Like, this is how the camera came out of the box.
Well, it's
Like,
in your setting. You go to menu and you look for your settings, but don't do that. Just watch a video on it, like how to adjust frame rate and ISO. ISO is depending. You already know how to do that. You was doing it earlier,
Yeah.
and then whatever frame rate you can shoot in any frame rate you want to. 24 frames, 30, 60, whatever. But you got to adjust your shutter speed accordingly. I think it's double whatever your frame rate is. So my camera should be set at 60 on the shutter speed. It also has to do with light. So
yeah, I need to get into it and look at it. But I take the camera, I bring it outside, and I adjust the background blur, and I
Hey,
adjust the
let me say
ISO.
something. Kyle Alex, does he make videos? Kyle?
Um,
I don't think he's created content. He's got
Okay, I just want to say this. He says 4K, you all crack me up. For YouTube, 1080 is all you need. 720 is all you need, really, but that ain't why I use it. 4K allows me to go in and edit it and zoom way up without losing any quality. I was talking about that earlier. It ain't all about YouTube. It's about editing. Just
yeah,
cameras, I'm telling you, man, we pull them way in. You can play with it. If you ever watch my videos, I go out and in and stuff like that. That allows me to do that because I'm not losing any quality. With 1080, you couldn't do it near to that extent.
my TV is a 4K, so that's where I watch YouTube. So that's where that would help.
Yeah,
yeah. Christy does all my editing, so I don't even know about that.
but I dodged 4K for years ago. I didn't think my computer could handle it until I started doing it. Like, oh crap, this piece of cake. But 4K is just beginning, man. Where's it going to stop? I think they already got 8K cameras out there.
Yeah,
YouTube
Really?
don't offer it yet, but they will eventually.
but I mean, there's something that you can take advantage of right now. Be in the future, but
Mhm.
you might end up getting another camera by then.
Yeah,
I mean, but like 4K is pretty fucking clear. You know what I mean? Like, what is 8K gonna do? Like, let you see the pixels, the fucking hair growing on my face.
oh god.
Speaking of hair growing on my face, I got to shave tonight.
Somebody's
I gotta
shooting.
get on my ass tomorrow when I get in the shop. When I get into the plant.
Somebody's shooting like 2 blocks away that way. Here
I
goes.
obviously don't explain this stuff good enough on my videos. I get these all the time. Comment, hey, I'm having a ball for 100 people this weekend. How much this I need? How much? Golly, I'm not your mentor over that. That's why I make videos. Jeez. I'll reply to that tomorrow.
That's
That
Russ-
comes through Facebook Messenger.
that's
Yeah,
future
we're
Russ's problem, right?
You ever gonna do a collaboration with Stel Cracker if he's ever in your area and wants to do something?
Nope.
You gonna be doing some of that?
I can't stand listening to that fake son of a gun.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I've noticed that he's branching out. Like, I seen him doing You know that guy that pretends to be the Southern dad, like we're get rain over here. I smell it. The grass needs rain.
Yeah.
I've seen he's doing like he's branching out to all these different,
Yeah.
other. He's just like everybody, dude. He's running out of ideas. He's gonna be reaching out,
Cody.
No, man, I'll pass on that one. Now Keith Jenkins, yeah, I'll do videos of him all day long, which he's real.
Yeah.
What you see is
Yeah.
what he is.
How
you
about
know?
somebody like Malcolm Reed?
No, yeah, I would shoot with Malcolm in a heartbeat. He is who he appears to be. I've met him before.
Man, I followed him. It was probably longer than I followed you.
But somebody that's got to pour on that cage and stuff like he does. I'm talking about like what is it, Stell Cracker,
Bill Cracker, yeah.
and wear a blonde wig and all that.
Well, Christy nailed it the other day when we were watching something, and she's like, he's starting to try to sound like, what's his name, Justin
Justin Wilson.
Justin Wilson. She was like, listen to the way he's talking. He's trying to sound more and more like Justin Wilson.
Yeah,
Like he's trying to layer that fucking Cajun accent more and more and more. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, Keith, when I first started shooting him, he kind of did that. He poured on a heavy Cajun accent. And finally, one day, I told him, I said, man, you ever read them comments on these videos? He goes, nah. I said, you need to. And I was telling him some of the comments, he got pissed, not at me, just the comments. I said, you're pouring it on so strong, people can't even understand what you're saying. Just be you, be yourself, and just roll with it,
All right, I'll be right back.
And
I'm gonna
he
go get me
listened.
another high definition beer.
High def, a big old 4K beer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Stell Cracker's huge, and it all pays off. I don't blame him if it works for him, but I don't. That ain't me. Which
You
might
see,
have to do with that too. Who knows?
You see the little dude, the little kid that we follow, little 14-year-old. What's his name? Caden.
Oh yeah, Caden. Yeah.
Yeah, Caden did some shit with him, and I've noticed that lately that he's using
I was reading. I just shook my head like, good. He shows up at all these competitions. He was right here at the shed. I knew he was there. I wouldn't get out of my chair to go see him. I did for Malcolm Reed. I went and met Malcolm Reed that year I was there in 2020. I was invited to do the ribs for that team I was with, or the team that invited me. I wasn't with the team. They did give me a shirt. I still got it hanging up. Maggie Valley is Maggie something. I don't forget.
Have you ever been to that Windy City Smokeout? That shit that all them other, like Leroy Lewis and Chud and all them were at recently? Have you ever been to that, Russ?
What is it? I'm sorry, I was reading a comment.
The Windy City Smokeout or whatever, that big barbecue competition in Chicago?
Oh yeah, no. I think Chud went to that, didn't he? But
that's what I'm saying. But it's a
Yeah.
lot of the new school. It's still a lot of them new school barbecuers there. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I got to see Memphis in May. I was invited to that last year, and I'm good. I don't care if I ever go back. I just don't do competition barbecue. Never had a desire to, really. It's a lot of money for one thing, man. Them cats do that. They better have somebody either backing them, financing it, or they better make some really good money. And you can't really, if you win, you can make a big whack of money for that one trip, but look how much you spend in a year just going to these competitions and all. And it ain't about that. I get it. It ain't about the money. Nobody does that to get rich because it ain't going to happen, But
just like going to the rodeo, man. Just like going to the rodeo, like that shit was fun with me. I get to hang out with people that I hang out with on YouTube.
Yeah, the times I've been, I've enjoyed it, but I would never be a competition guy, me personally. I just never would. Never had that desire.
All the people that were there were like content creators, mostly shooting video for the channels.
Dude, it was cool as shit.
They were trying food and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, Georgianne.
What's
I've
up,
hung
Georgia?
out with James Cruz before right here locally, he called me, hey man, I won't be there tomorrow if you want to come hang out. I said, all right. And I'll sit all there all day, drink beer and watch him cook. Then we go to the not the celebration, but where they announce the winners or whatever,
Yeah.
at the end of it.
No, it was really cool meeting, like George Purvis and meeting, Lef and Uncle Steve and all the normal people that we hang out with. But
Oh yeah.
meeting some of the other people, it was really cool. But I don't know if I would travel out of town to go do that. You know what I
That's
mean?
the thing. God, it's got to be such a job, really, and you're always on the road. It never really appealed to me. And like the Memphis thing, all I had to do was ride and be there. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't part of the team. I didn't have any hands in what was being entered to the judges, but we did cook. I cooked, but that was for all the guys and stuff. It was just fun hanging out. That's the reason I do it.
Yeah, but it's real convenient to be 30 minutes away from the rodeo, and being able to go meet people like Kent and Johnny Maggs and Grumpus and stuff like that. But as far as like scheduling something to go to like somewhere like Chicago, dude, that ain't me. You know what I mean?
That shed SCA event they do here every year, it gets some big names in there as far as that goes, but it ain't enough to make me get off my couch and go down there. It's only a 10-minute drive for me. I ain't interested. The only reason I went that year is because I was invited. I said, okay, yeah, I'll show up, and I did. A lot of work, man.
Yeah,
can be,
Shit, one of these days though, Russ, like you invited me to do that crawfish boil. One of these days I'm gonna actually travel to go see you, but I don't see myself traveling to go to a event, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's me.
Even the Iowa car show, Eric was like, man, y'all need to make it up here. Eric from Uncle Dickie's show. He was like, y'all need to make it up here. You need to make it up here. Like, dude, I don't know if I can,
And I'll be honest with you, I had intentions of going back this year until I realized, I just spent almost $1,000 last year, and a year later here I'm going to dump another $1,000 just to get there and back. I'm like, I ain't gonna do it, man. I can do a lot with $1,000. But the only reason I would go back is not the car show. It's pretty cool and all that, but it'd be just hang out with Jeff, and Eric. I got to hang out with him up there. It would be for that reason, not for the car show itself.
Maybe one of these days, but I mean, you know me, man. My fucking schedule's pretty tight with my actual job. This YouTube thing is a hobby to me,
Yeah, Kyle, same shed, the one that had what's his name, Brad Orson and his sister. That's the same shed that they did on Triple D. Matter of fact, they had their own little show there on Food Network for a little while, and then they canceled it. But all that was filmed 10 minutes from me, right there off the Highway 57. My son just passed the shed going up to Van Cleve to his house.
What is that? What is that shit that CJ cooking Mama and Papa Joe? What is that shit he's gonna be on? It's supposed to be tonight.
I don't know.
Did you see it?
I hadn't heard
It's
about
supposed
that.
to be on the Food Network. He was supposed to be on some kind of barbecue shit.
Oh,
I seen it on Facebook.
Huh. Some people really get into all that, and I get it. I really do. But if I would have done that, man, I would have done it when I was a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but I wouldn't have had the money, man. I've always worked in that shipyard. That's why I started YouTube channels to make more money. Because no overtime and stuff like that. You got to figure out other ways to make income. That's what got me started. And I say that. I didn't know you could Barbecue USA. Oh, he's on TV, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, look, it's almost going to be 2 hours. I got to jump off. I got to be at work in the morning.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my wife to text me any minute and tell me to help her with the groceries. And I got to get the garbage cans out by the road.
Well, I gotta play with her first, and then I gotta edit some videos.
Yeah. Well, shit, everybody in the chat, man, thank you for dropping by. And Russ, Simon, Boo, Smoking Joe, if you're still watching, everybody, man, I really appreciate it. This is just a Monday bullshit session. We'll try to do it again next Monday.
And
Enjoyed it, man.
I'm doing it
It
tomorrow.
really. I mean, it really is like I get home at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I set this shit up. So, I mean, it's kind of I ain't gonna say a burden on me, but I'm just saying it's kind of hard to do every Monday. But I'm trying to do it still because I want to fucking hold my spot. I see everybody's itching to get on this 8 o'clock spot, you know. But I got my boys. If I can't make it, at least I got my boys that are gonna take care of it. You know what I mean?
We'll do the Randy Shifter show without you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, I'll see y'all later, man.
All right, later.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Later, Chet.
Y'all take it easy.
Y'all too.